What's going on YouTube? This is Rob A again, and today we are going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Bulkhead. This is a deluxe size figure, and I gotta say this was probably the biggest head scratcher for me when I heard it was coming out, or rather really saw pictures of it before we even heard it was coming out. But yeah, it's a deluxe class size Bulkhead, and that just I don't know, I don't really get it, but. He looks kind of cool. He's got a spinning dragon grinder, and let's take a look at the side here at his technical data. And you know, strength is 10. That's pretty high. Intelligence, speed, all those are pretty middle of the road. Endurance 9, and yeah, so pretty much standard fare for bulky here. On the back, you can see his armored truck mode. As well as his robot mode here. It looks like he's got a whole lot of just truck on top of his head, which is kind of weird, but let's see. Bulkhead, this big Autobot bruiser has enough strength to bust up entire Predacon armies. Alright. He can take out entire Predacon armies. Alright, well, it's a couple of Insecticons can kick his butt, but he can take out entire Predacon. Alright, Bulkhead, alright. Weapon attaches vehicle and robot mode. Ooh. Alright, so I'm done being a jerk about it. We're going to open this guy up and see what he's all about. Okay guys, so here we have Deluxe Beast Hunters Bulkhead in his vehicle mode, and this guy is very interesting. Very interesting, this toy. At first I was like, nah, I don't like this thing. It's doofy, it's weird. I'm just not digging it. But as I play with him a little bit, I become very fond of it. It's not that it's a great figure. It's just that he's a lot of fun to just mess around with. He's fairly easy to transform. His car mode looks interesting, and yeah. He's fun. He's a little bulkhead you can have. And I'll show you his size real quick. You can see him as compared to Beast Hunter's Wheeljack. Wheeljack is about the same length in vehicle mode. And as you can see, he's not hollow underneath at all. He's quite well filled out, which is nice. His hands are kind of sticking out of the bottom. That's kind of a bummer. But yeah, he rolls fairly well. Yeah, you can just see there's not a whole heck of a lot to him. He's just a beefy vehicle here. You can see the top there, he's got his little robot toes. And yeah, not bad. I mean, it's just interesting. Very He-Man-like colors. Someone described this as Man-at-Arms from He-Man, and I gotta say, that's a pretty good description. Even in robot mode, you'll see. So, let's go ahead and transform this guy, and we'll see what he's like in robot mode. Okay, so to transform Bulkhead here, what you want to do is just flip the doors up on the side here. You'll see his arms are right there. You just come back and pull these legs out. Just kind of split them up and straighten them, nice and tight. And just flip that down to reveal the toes. And he has actually tilts in his toes. They're on ball joints, and they're very nice stiff ones. The only problem is they're such small pieces, and the way that they're set in, it's easy to kind of get them cockeyed there. So it just requires a little bit of fiddling and some nimble fingers. But once you got that, we're going to kind of get this piece up and out of the way here, so we can get his arms out, and then we're going to just flip this whole front end down-ish, just part of the way. We're going to take the actual front of the car and just split it like so, and it's going to come back here like that, and then we can finish. We'll flip the grill up, and that becomes his midsection, and then this becomes his waist. So you just want to plug that in down there. This gets extended just like that, and then this piece finally comes up and just locks that in place. His midsection is a bit floppy, but you can also come back here and just push the wheels in a little bit, and then this whole back end just kind of comes down like so, and we'll kind of fix his arms into position here, and just turn those around. Turn those around like that. And then last but not least, we just kind of flip this forward and extend the side panels out and kind of push them up for like shoulder pauldrons here. And that's Beast Hunter's Bulkhead. And as you can see, if you're familiar with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, he looks a lot like Man-at-Arms, even including the kind of grill, like kind of neck guard that he has going on here. So we're going to give you a close-up of Bulkhead's face, and it's very interesting. He's got his eyes are just a visor, and he's got little blue horns sticking out of his head there, and it's very interesting, very weird, but pretty cool. And yeah, he unfortunately has gorilla arm syndrome, where he can't rotate his wrist, so he's always kind of got this, hey, I'm gonna get you, give me the pizza, little stereotype Italian guy there. Yeah, fantastic. So there he is. His articulation, you can kind of get his head up a little bit and rotate it side to side. It is on a ball joint, so not bad, not terrible movement there. It is hindered a little bit by this big massive armor or whatever you'd want to call it. Shoulders can, ball joint, rotate, upper bicep swivel, elbow, get a good range of bend out of that elbow, thanks to transformation. Wrist can go in and out a little bit, but again, it can't rotate, and that's kind of a bummer. No waist articulation. This is a bit annoying. This piece right here wants to keep coming out. It doesn't lock in any meaningful way that I can find. I think it may even, I don't know if it's supposed to come down like that or what, but I think it's supposed to be like that. Hips are on ball joints. He has an upper thigh swivel, and he's got very tight knees, but he can also get a lot of bend out of his legs there as well. And like I said before, the toes are articulated a little bit. And yeah, he's rather squatty. And we'll just give him, here's his weapon, by the way. The dragon buzzer saw thing, I don't know. And you're supposed to turn that and spin the blade, but I don't know what's going on. Mine doesn't really want to work. Oh, there we go. So yeah, there's that. That's pretty cool. It's got a little dragon kind of molded in there. And you can stick that on his forearm or stick it in his hand, and you can go bzzz, chainsaw hands, which is kind of cool. I kind of thought of him just having chainsaw hand going on here. I'll do a size comparison here. Here he is next to Voyager Predaking. So I mean, I don't know if Predaking is just supposed to be that big, or if Bulkhead actually, gets hit with a shrink ray, but I don't know how I feel about him, as a deluxe size figure. But another comparison, here he is next to Laserback. And you can see Laserback is also quite a bit larger than him. And Bulkhead is supposed to be more bulky, but Laserback honestly feels more like bulked out as well. So I don't know if these Predacons are just supposed to be huge or what. But yeah, nothing terrible there. He's just kind of small. I gotta say they did a great job with the paint apps on this guy. He's got a lot of paint on him, and that's it's definitely a plus. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad toy. Overall, I don't really, you know, for the younger crowd, I think this would be a cool toy to have. He's fun to play with. He's got a lot of interesting quirks going on here. But other than that, I don't really see any need for him. I certainly wouldn't go out of my way for him unless you really like this aesthetic. And he does look neat. But I would say so far, I haven't opened Starscream yet, but so far he's probably the weakest of the second wave of Prime Beast Hunters. But he is fun. I'll give him that. And yeah, so not bad, but certainly nothing to write home about. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this review. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching. As always, be sure to give me some comments and give me a like here and there. And, of course, keep on subscribing. And, yeah, because I've got a lot more coming down the line. And, yeah, like I said, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.